Thank you very much. I'm very pleased to be with you to talk about testing and making the test more reliable. And thanks to the AI. Before to start, just a word about NISIS, the company I work for. It's a digital agency company with many activity around Liferay. So if you have a trip to Paris, make a stop. We are super social. It will be a pleasure to have a coffee with you. Yeah, this is the end of the tourist sequence. Okay, we were together to talk about many things. Firstly, little theoretical point about end-to-end testing and quality, and we will together explore the pain points of quality assurance in end-to-end testing scenario and how AI could solve them. We will take a look at some tools in action, and we will share together some tips and tricks, and maybe the best, the bonus, and immediate actionable insight for everyone. So after you leaving this room, before you go to the party, you can already make something to improve quality of your Liferay website. So, end-to-end testing, the road to quality. If we take a look about how is done end-to-end testing, we can see then from the beginning, the more simple way is manual testing. So I hope this is the minimum quality assurance dispositif on your project. And there are, since many years, now we are we usually use automated end-to-end testing with Selenium, Playwright, or Cypress. Liferay itself use automated testing for its build. It was before with Selenium, but now it's with Playwright. In the room, who use automated end-to-end testing with maybe Selenium or Playwright, maybe Cypress? Okay, no many people, so you are in the right room to to get the next level, maybe. We will try. But the talk is not really about the middle layer, but most about the upper layer, high-powered end-to-end testing, built as an extra layer. We will see that in more detail. So why talking about testing plus AI now? Because with end-to-end testing, with Playwright and Selenium, there are some problem because you need to have some maintenance activities around this automated test, and it could be costly, and it could be some big effort to maintain this test. So it's often too slow, too expensive, very slow and expensive. So now there is some mature tooling who can help you to reduce the amount of effort to maintain this automated end-to-end testing test. End-to-end test. So end-to-end is critical, but it's hard to maintain. That's the point why AI can help you. We will see in more detail what is the pain points and why you could solve them with AI. Typically, in your project, you have dynamic and complex DOM structure, and when you have automated your test, you have some code executing the test, and selecting button and selecting value to check value using some CSS selector. But each time you have some evolution on your website, because there are some business evolution, or maybe you make some refactoring, or maybe you need to make some improvement for performance or accessibility, or maybe you will upgrade Liferay, for example. So the DOM is changing, so your CSS selector typically are broken, so you need to update your automated test. And this activity of updating a test is costly. And if you have a big project, a complex project with many changes, it's very hard to maintain. So cost can quickly grow unexpectedly. And there are only the cost in money, but cost in time and delay too. The time to market could be impacted by this maintenance activity of automated testing. A concrete example for the selector is this is an snippet from the Liferay DevCon website. You can see the complex DOM and an example of a selector in an automated tested in an automated test. Sorry. For example, you know, in this example, the test selector will target the third occurrence of element with a specific class. But if there are another element inserted before, the order is not the same. The test is broken. So there will be maybe a failed, we will check, but it's not a failed because the software is broken, but because the test is broken. So this typically kind of things will increase the maintenance cost. So before to see how AI can solve that, just point about terminology. What is a flaky test? A flaky test is a test that sometimes fails and sometimes passes, but without any change in the code or the application. So it's not the fault of the application of the code. This is because the test is not very reliable. This is because this is a flaky test. So by nature, it's non-deterministic, and it's not reliable to ensure proper testing. So how AI can change the game? There are many fields where AI can help you for your end-to-end testing. First, AI can assist you to generate the flow for the test generation. The AI can help you to properly improve your variables, your playwright script, for example. There is the self-healing of the selector, but that's in context. I will more deeply talk about that in the next slide. And there is important point we will see more deeply too forward in the presentation. Visual and layout change detection. It's a great point. And it's also possible to use some intent-based validation instead of DOM-based testing. So it's possible then rather than specify a selector, you will specify something in English and in plain English, and the AI will interpret that dynamically in the context to get the right button, for example. There are many use cases. So this results in a faster creation and maintenance. So AI can be a serious painkiller for your end-to-end testing. About self-healing, especially self-healing of selector. Self-healing is the ability for the automated test to fix themselves, basically. So the capacity for the testing system to change dynamically the selector and fix the selectors. Okay. The AI automatically detects when a selector is broken and find an alternative using context to select the best alternative and will update the test itself. So to make some summary and identify clear use case, actionable for now, we can identify catch use case where AI is enough mature now to help you for your test. Generating test, okay. Fix selectors, it's self-healing. There are also analyzing pattern. It's a more deeply analysis to identify complex flakiness for test, because flakiness of test is due some very complex cause. So some AI analysis patterns help you to resolve that. But the first use case, detection of UV change visually, is maybe the more advanced, the more interesting, because for other use case, typically it just accelerates what you are doing if you do it without AI. But with detect UV change detection, you open a new perspective, because with automated end-to-end testing without AI, nobody check the visual rendering, so you can miss much breaking, okay? Because you have not some selector for each small detail in the page, and sometimes it's just not a value missing or something like that. It's just a bad general rendering. So this is really the use case where AI with testing open a new perspective and improve quality at another level. So now it's time to be more concrete and see how some tools can help you to do what we have talked about last minute. So to choose the tools, you need to choose the approach, because there are maybe two big categories of tools, two family. Tools which are some extension or plugin for a traditional end-to-end testing framework. So you will plug on your Cypress, Playwright, or Selenium some extra tool to boost your casual end-to-end testing pipeline with AI. But on the other hand, you have a full AI-driven testing platform, kind of AI native testing platform. So this platform handles all the flow of testing from the beginning from to end, and manage all. It's more simple to use, and some business users could use it, but it's full AI-driven, so it's kind of magic, and you have not the hand on each step, so it could be disturbing sometimes. It's especially true when you are a developer and you you like understand what is done for each step. Okay, and not that for the AI-driven testing platform, there are some tools who combine both approaches. Some tools, some AI-driven testing platform can both be used alone or plugged to the traditional end-to-end automation framework. Okay, so to approach the extension of existing framework, you keep your tooling and let the AI handle the fragility, and on the other hand, AI-driven testing platform will absorb most UI variability totally automatically. So now we will make a focus on a particular use case, visual testing, because this is most interesting, I think, for today. I propose you 3 tools. What is interesting in these 3 tools is for all these tools, there is generous free tier available. So you can test it quickly, and you don't need to ask your boss for a credit card. Okay? And if you are not limited in the time, so you can make a proof of concept and convince your boss to use more long time these tools after. All these 3 tools have some integration with Playwright, Cypress, and Selenium. Okay, and are dedicated to detect visual variation. So I will show you how chromatic work. There is a little video demo. The tools will make a screenshot before and after. He will compare, in fact, the screenshot to detect the zone with some variation. And there is an interface for each build. You have a summary of all change on the page. Okay, that's all. And if you integrate the chromatic in your CI/CD pipeline, it's very simple. For example, if you use Playwright, you just need to replace the import of the usual Playwright package by the corresponding chromatic package. Same API, same interface, so it's very transparent. Okay, you just change one line, but you need to install the SDK, etc. But in the code of the test, you just need to change a line. It's okay. You have the report of visual change detection automatically. So, before to go to tips and tricks, some of you already used some AI-powered testing tools? No, okay. Okay, some practices to consider to improve your testing experience. First, adding stable selectors. It's not especially an advice for AI testing. For automated testing in general, it's good to have stable selector. If you have not stable selector, we have seen that AI can compensate that, but it's not a reason to make to don't be aware of this fact. It's important to have stable selector. So a good practice is to add data test ID attribute on your element. So if you change, for example, order or CSS classes, your test will not be broken because your test can rely on this stable attribute. As possible test intention in the DOM structure. This is possible only if you use an advanced AI-driven testing platform. So it's not valid in all situations. But if you can do this and favor structured layouts, it's very usual to use fragment display page. It's okay, but if you overuse, for example, a rich text with free typing for the contributor, it's very difficult to test. So it's important to have a well-structured content, but good news, Liferay is very good for that and provide many tools to allow you to have a very structured content. Start small. We have seen many things, but to start, my advice is you need to just implement a very precise use case, test it, and improve gradually your testing experience. Very important question, very important point. Keep critical flows validated manually in addition to automated testing, because if you are very critical application, it's important to keep some manual quality assurance in addition. Okay, not you don't need. You need to don't fall in the piège of they are here. I will fire everybody. No, it's not. It's not a good idea. As another point, be aware of the AI cost, especially if you integrate automated testing with AI in a CI/CD. If each time a developer push a commit, you consume tokens, it will be very costly at the end. So maybe you need to consider the limitation of some branch, for example, or some tag, or have a manual launch, maybe. And last advice, do not overproportion your end-to-end testing automation effort relatively to the size of the project. If you have a very simple project, maybe you don't need to deploy all the panorama of possibility of AI testing. It be long and costly, so make some proportion between the effort in your testing and the criticality of the project. Okay. For now, it's important you can take away with some actionable insight, because, for example, adding a chromatic in your CI/CD pipeline could be too much effort for you for now, but you can some try about a very simple dispositif system, actionable for everyone, even if you don't have any existing automated end-to-end testing, even if you don't have any CI/CD pipeline, and even if you don't have any money. I will explain you. You can use visual ping. I will explain what is this. This is a website with a free tier and a technique of fragment dedicated test page. There is the deal. You can create hidden page in your website, okay, just dedicated to testing, excluded from SEO and excluded from navigation, okay. And on this page, we will place your fragments, okay, configure with static values, and with visual ping, you can put an URL and ask the website to check if there are any change for this URL, okay? So, when you will make some change to your fragments, you will be alerted. If there's change need to make a real visual change, it's okay. You have the alert, you check. But if the change is only on the implementation, visual rendering must not change. So you will be alerted if there is some change. And because this is AI-powered, you have AI-crafted report with some explanation about the change. And when you will set the alert, you can make some prompt to adjust the kind of change you want to monitor. Okay? So there are 3 tiers. So just after the session, you will connect to Visual Ping and put the URL of your any website you maintain, and you can try to use AI for testing with a very simple system. Okay, thank you very much. This is all for me.